Hey, I hope all is well with you. I just wanted to stop by and help you out a little bit because believing in your dreams is important, and I want you to live the best life that you possibly can for yourself this year. Okay? So, really quickly, I want you to stop, take a breath, just, and I want you to say, I believe in myself. Okay? Now, that might not feel very realistic, but if you keep practicing that, it will become that way. A lot of us have big dreams. And if you're somebody like me and you have a big dream and you sometimes tell it to people that you really love, you care about, and they might not understand fully what you're trying to do. So much so that sometimes out of love and care, people sometimes will pull you away from your dream, or they'll tell you that you need to stop, or you need to, you know, look at other things that are more realistic. A lot of times people will have you focus so much on your current situation. And while it's good to do that, it's also still good to pursue what you want to do. And sometimes if other people don't see that for themselves, whatever it is you're trying to do, start a business, do content, travel the world, make something, whatever it is, they're probably going to tell you from their experiences that it's not possible. But that does not mean that you should stop doing what you're doing. I had a period in my journey where, I've always said I wanted to do YouTube. I've always said that I love content and I want to take it to where this is like my real job one day. And I've always had that dream since I was 15 when I first started making comedy videos on Instagram in high school. And since I was 5, I always loved, um, honestly, I used to talk about this a lot, but I've learned how to get over the cringiness of it. But I used to preach like in the backyard to like trees and grass and stuff like that. And honestly, that's very resonant to what I do on here. Like I've been doing this for years. And I've always said this is what I wanted to do. I've always said that this is where I want to see my life going because I just have such a great personality. I could teach people things. I am very personable, and I'm very extroverted. And I love being in front of a camera. And when I saw the opportunities that this stuff could bring, I started an ebook. I came out with a course. I started doing one-on-one coaching. And some of those things I don't do as much, although you can still get that ebook. It's right down below in my description box. These were all things that I really enjoyed. And when life started to happen and I had to start taking care of, responsibilities and things you have to do as an adult, I lost a lot of this belief in my own dreams. I started feeling like, well, it's not possible because now I have other responsibilities I have to do. And I was trying to listen to the people around me who I was trying to respect that had their best interests in heart for me and for my situation. But I shut down so much of my own goals and aspirations that I didn't really listen to myself for probably a good year or so in the last year. And everything just became like survival. I would say from 2023 up until probably like right now. Like I'm just now getting back into this and doing it consistently. Because I felt like I did this before and it didn't work. And so if I did this before and it didn't work out, and now I'm having all these like other issues going on and I need to take care of those things, I just became straight up in survival. And it wasn't until I had some things happen recently where I was like, F that. I'm going to get back in the field and I'm going to tell God what I really, really want. No sugarcoating, no hesitation, none of that. I'm going to put a strategy together and I'm going to put out this stuff as best as I can, and then just let it go. And if there's anything that I need to do in the meantime, then just, let me know what it is. But I want to say this because I feel like a lot of us who have dreams, and if you're watching this, you might be somebody who feels like it's not possible for you anymore. You might feel like, well, I have to have these responsibilities taken care of. I got to take care of this stuff. And this person said I couldn't do it, or this is what my reality is, and so I can't figure this out, or I can't do it. And I want to tell you that's a lie, okay? It doesn't matter what happened in your past. It doesn't matter what your current circumstances are now. Those things are not a reflection, and they do not determine what can happen today and what can happen moving forward. Because I say this, if you are inspired by me, or you're inspired by other people who are doing similar things to what you want to do, and you see them making money, having a career from it, whatever it is, moving and getting opportunities, that means that it will happen for you. But your job is to be accountable and responsible. If you say you want to do something, put in the work, you know what I mean? Like, be consistent with it, and not in a way of like being hard on yourself. Give yourself grace, because life does happen. But it's coming back to where you said you wanted to do. And right now, I think is the perfect time. If you are one of those people that's also like spiritual, and you believe in like, angel numbers, and you believe in synchronicities, which if you watching this video, you probably do to some degree, some kind of faith, some kind of deeper like knowing about your life, stick to that, trust that. And one of the things that I've learned is that there's so many magical things that have happened for me when I ask the universe for something and it happens, or when I am really, really in need of something, like maybe I'm having a tough time mentally or emotionally about something, and I get answers for that. When you start to really be honest with the life that you want, you will be really amazed by how the universe orchestrates things, and how you're able to take new actions that you never took in before, and how you have a sense of belief in yourself in ways that you've never believed before. Always believe in yourself. That's number one. And number two, you don't need other people's approval for you to believe that something can happen for you, okay? And don't lose sight of that because you have to figure out things in life. We all have stuff we have to be responsible for. We all have stuff we have to take care of. But don't feel bad because you're doing something that's different from what everybody else is doing, and it doesn't make sense to other people. And sometimes it don't even make sense to yourself. But when you bet on yourself, when you take a risk, as the fire truck goes by, as you take a risk on yourself, I'm gonna take that as a sign, right? As like a siren, right? With like, hey, listen up. If you take that risk on yourself to believe in yourself, to take those steps to believing in yourself, it will pay off. And you never know how it will pay off, but it will pay off. And the thing that I'm working on is just keeping myself open and receptive to any opportunity that comes my way that gets me like really excited. Because I know I deserve to do things in front of other people. I know I deserve to be like connected to others. And that's why I've been able to do this for so long, because it's fun to me. And not only that, but it's empowering, it's impactful. And when you do things like that, the universe blesses you even more, especially when you believe in yourself. And my biggest thing was that if I believed in these dreams that I have for myself, that kind of means that I'm paving my own path, and I'm now putting my faith and my reliance on a power outside of myself, and not looking for approval from people closest to me. If I'm making the right decisions, or if I'm making the right choices. And learning how to be independent, because independency is not only like just taking care of like material things. It's also in the way that you think. It's also in the way that you are able to take a path that is something that maybe has not been done before, or something that is not the norm, right? So sometimes a lot of people get on trends and they do a lot of things that are trendy, and they might pop off and they might make money very quickly. But sometimes it's not what was genuine in their heart. And so they realize that they end up doing something that doesn't actually make them feel good. They just did it because they felt like they had to, or they felt like that's what was on and popping at the time. And so when you do things that are true and authentic, it might take it. It's gonna probably take you a little minute. I had to get my words together because I was like having flashbacks of the experience of like, damn, this is taking a long time. But it takes a while. Like, legitimately, I've been doing content for what, like a little over 11 years. Like I said, I started when I was 15 and I'm 27 now. So do the math, right? And this has been something that I've been like passionate about, like I said, for a long time, and I really do enjoy it. So I'm saying all this to say that don't get discouraged. First of all, discouragement is going to happen, okay? I was gonna say don't get discouraged, but discouragement is going to happen. You're going to feel like, is this for me? Am I making up like a fool of myself? Is this a joke? It's gonna feel like this makes absolutely no sense. But when you start to really, really hone in on the fact that even if nothing is happening, something in the unseen is happening. And I think that's just been my belief and my faith. There's no way that I've been doing this for this long and there's nothing that's not gonna come out of it. Now, of course, there's already been so many great things because I am able to help y'all and I'm able to help new people who come here, which, by the way, hello, hi, if you are new. But it's just important, like, be persistent. Because honestly, on this journey, you feel like nobody really understands what you're doing. And you feel kind of stupid. Like, why would I pick this and why would I keep going and doing this when it's like not making me no money yet, when I haven't seen no big drastic thing yet of opportunity, or like, what am I doing? Am I just wasting my time? You know, and a lot of times I guilted myself a lot, and I would go and I would do a whole bunch of stuff just because I felt like this is what other people were telling me to do, so I need to do it. And I never really listened to myself. I ignored this for the last couple of years because I was just like, who cares? You know, like, it's not realistic. And you start having like other people's shit in your head. And it's just very important to realize like your mental health is important, and what you think mentally is important. It doesn't matter what other people think, because sometimes other people are unconsciously speaking from a limited perspective. Sometimes the universe gives you things that's specifically just for you, or God, or whatever wording you want to use. It's given to you for a reason. So answer that call, right? And even though if you feel afraid, still speak it out of your mouth. Like I've said, like, this was meant for me. I have no clue where it's going to take me. I don't know what's going on, but I know I enjoy this, and I know this is something that it's powerful. It makes me feel good. Yes, there's been many times I didn't feel like making a video. In fact, I didn't even feel like making one right now. But I said, you know what? I can make this short video before I go and do other things. And that's what matters, is that you are making the time for what you enjoy. And you shouldn't stop yourself because somebody doesn't understand it. And that's one of the things that I had to understand. In order for you to really get what you desire out of life, you have to believe it. And you got to stop doing things that make either you feel comfortable or make other people feel comfortable that you're doing what they want you to do. You know what I mean? It's all good. I just don't want you to hold yourself back from not pursuing what you really actually want and what you've been praying for a long time because of others, because of your past. Because simply sometimes limiting beliefs and fears and things that can hold us back is simply just it not working out in the past. And then we continue to think that if right now, all this work that I did, what did I do all that for? I had intentions of what I wanted to manifest with that, but maybe there's something bigger that is going to happen that I just don't even know about yet. And maybe that's why. Maybe there's character development that I've had to build over time, and maybe that's why things haven't happened. There's always a reason that sometimes we won't know, sometimes until we get there, and sometimes we'll never know. And sometimes I think the challenge is just to keep being persistent and actually to just have fun. Because a lot of the times when we have our dreams, especially nowadays, you know, we know that we can make money from these things. We know that there's opportunity in these things. But if we don't actually take the time to enjoy what we're doing, then it just becomes like survival mode. It just becomes a struggle. And then it doesn't become anything that's fun. It becomes a burden. It becomes resentful. So as you're like building your dream life or whatever it is, like, remember to have fun, but also remember that whatever opportunities you need, they will come to you. And don't think that just because they haven't came yet, that they never will. And don't think that just because you're not doing what other people are doing, that you won't figure out a way for you. Because one thing I know about me, I will always find a way. I will always figure out a way. I've always done that my entire life. In a sense, I've always been a hustler. I've always figured out whatever it is that I have to do or whatever it is that I want to do. And even when I told y'all I had a time where I wasn't doing videos and I was kind of feeling really down, we're here, you know? So that's my little thing. That's my little message to you. I hope you liked this video. If you enjoyed it, like this video. Comment down below what you're going through right now when it comes to believing in your dreams. Are you having setbacks? Are you having limiting beliefs? Are you scared to some degree? And just know that, like, I'm here to support you. And we can do this together. I'm learning just as much as you're learning. And I want you to be proud of yourself just as much as I'm proud of myself. Because the reality is, if you're watching this, you do want to improve. So be kind to yourself and go check out my last video that I posted about how to get through traumatic moments and how to find happiness after trauma. I think that might help you if you've gone through some traumatic things that maybe had you feeling like you couldn't explore your dreams. So yeah, and without further ado, I don't know why I always mess that up, but anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.